Veronica, Tinky Winky, open the door please. Tipsy, Veronica, open the door. La la. I'm motherfucking Paul. Trash. Hello everyone. Welcome back to another video of me torturing myself. I mean, that's maybe a bit dramatic. If you're new here, I'm Naomijon, and this is my 7 day straight series, which is basically a challenge I put on me to eat something particular for 7 days straight. I've done this with instant ramen, I've done this with mukbanger food, and today we're gonna do it with food from TV shows. I mean, technically we're doing both TV show and movie food because I didn't quite think this through. For me, it was just like, it's both on the TV. You know? Believe me, it's still gonna be a challenge. But before I get into this very long video, let me quickly mention something. Last week I announced that I'm gonna be releasing my own book very soon, 25th of February. But you can pre-order it now, and you can actually also get the ebook version now. So this book costs 16 euros, but the Kindle version costs 14.95. I mean, it's always nicer to have the book, especially because this is a challenge book and you're gonna do challenges in it and with it, you know. But this is for everyone who can't afford the shipping costs. Then you will also be able to get the ebook now. I mean, pre-order it now. And if you really don't know what's going on, this is my first own book. I mean, I already said it, but this is full of challenges that I've done on my channel. This is basically my YouTube channel as a book and more. I mean, it's 111 challenges. There's private facts about me, there's fun facts about me, and there's also going to be a giveaway on a website where you can submit your challenges and then you can win something really cool with me. That will all be out on the 25th of February. Get the book now if you want to join the giveaway. Links are all in the description down below. Now we can get into this video. Let's face this challenge, this 7 day challenge. Woo! All right, day number 1 of this challenge, and we're gonna make broccoli pizza from Inside Out. Do you still remember this movie? I feel like it was so good, but I already forgot about it somehow. It's literally just this pizza, and I don't know, but broccoli kind of speaks to me in some certain level. I've never made pizza in my whole life. I feel like it's gonna be a disaster because I'm really bad at making doughs. I'm not a dough professional. Maybe I'm gonna get better in this video. I mean, I know what's gonna happen. I already filmed all of this. We're gonna add 200 grams of flour. We're gonna take a little bit off because we added too much. Then you need 125 milliliters of warm water. It has to be warm. And you're gonna add 1/2 a teaspoon of salt and 1/2 a teaspoon of sugar and 1/2 a package of yeast, because we're just gonna make one pizza. If you made 2, then you can just add, you know, the full of the thing, the whole thing. English has left me. So you're gonna add your 1/2 a package of yeast and also some oil, but I didn't cut that in for some reason. So oil. Then you want to add your oil, water, yeast mixture to your flour and just, you know, mix it. Mix it with your mixer like this and hope for the best. I have no idea what pizza dough is supposed to look like, what consistency it's about to have, and I found out that it definitely was too runny, way too liquid and sticky, so I just kept on adding a bit more flour, a little bit at a time. I mean, you need to be able to kind of, you know, go in and knead it with your hands, and I feel like this is a good consistency. Also, you need to knead it for a couple of minutes to activate the gluten in there, but I think actually my dough is kind of solid. I mean, maybe it was a little bit too hard in the end, but what do I know? I've never made a pizza before, so this is as good as it's gonna get. Then you're gonna cover it. I covered it with a wet cloth and I put it into like a warm small room so it can just sit and rise up. And I did this for like 40-45 minutes. While our dough is rising up, we're gonna make our bechamel Alfredo kind of pizza sauce. For that, we're gonna add some butter and some garlic into our pan and then some flour. It kind of gives me cheese sauce vibes so far. And we're gonna add a whole package of cream in there. Then you want to add a lot of Parmesan into it and salt and pepper as usual. And I also wanted to add some Italian herbs. I actually added a lot of Italian herbs. This is gonna be a very Italian pizza. I also added some cream cheese for some reason. Maybe I thought I was just being a real good chef in this moment. Just like improvising, giving it a little bit of a new touch. Then our sauce is done. We can put it to the side and we're gonna get back to our dough because it's been 40 minutes. Did you set the timer? I hope you did. Nicht so gerosen. And even though the dough has not risen so much, I think it's still good and we can keep going. I just went ahead and kneaded it a bit more and then I formed a round pizza form. My voice is not in its best form today because it keeps cracking. I'm also forming this little pizza crust kind of thing. I don't know what I'm doing. I really don't. But I mean, it's still not going too bad so far. I don't want to complain about everything. And now our pizza dough is actually ready to go into the oven. But we need to put our sauce and broccoli on, obviously. So that's what I'm gonna do. Just spread it real nicely. Don't be shy. Put on as much as you want because you have a lot of sauce. And then, of course, the most important ingredient, me. So funny tonight. Now, of course, it's about the broccoli and I didn't cook it beforehand. Now thinking about it, I probably should have done it. I just put it on there raw as it is and like in really, really fine little pieces because I was like, well, it's gonna just cook like real quick in the oven. But I was wrong. Maybe just cook it beforehand. It's gonna be way easier. Then you want to put your pizza into the oven for like 15 to 25 minutes at 250 degrees Celsius. Depends. Just keep an eye on it and then you'll see it when it's ready. Because guess what? I didn't. Looks so sad.
Mach ein bisschen Basilikum.
Okay. Yeah, my pizza is a little bit tanned. I mean, we can't deny that my broccoli looks kind of burnt. It's really dark, it's really roasted. But I swear I wanted the roasted broccoli flavor. I like it the best of all of the flavors. Also, food in the oven always looks less done because it's like in the spotlight, you know? I mean, obviously I also look less done right now than I actually am. I think like 5 minutes less would have already done the job, but nonetheless, it was really delicious. And if I'm only gonna talk about the dough, that was actually really smacking good. I only ate one self-made pizza dough before, which was from Vincent when he made pizza once, and it was okay, but he also said he fucked his one up. I actually didn't fuck mine up, I think, and mine was really good. I was kind of proud of my dough. I was just not proud of my burnt broccoli. So today we're gonna make something out of the movie or the books Harry Potter. I mean, you probably know the drink butterbeer. They kind of drink it like all the time, like 24/7, and I always wanted to try it. I saw Malvana in her video try a recipe out of the Harry Potter recipe book, and she said it was the best butterbeer she ever tried, so we're gonna make that one. I'm kind of scared of it because we're gonna have to make butterscotch syrup ourselves. Syrup and doughs are just the two things in the kitchen that scare me. You're gonna need 200 grams of white sugar, 220 milliliters of water, and 360 grams of butter. Then just melt it all together in a pot. Don't boil it yet, just let it melt. And once it's melted, then you can bring it to a boil. Now comes the tough part. Be really careful because hot sugar, it's a different kind of hot. It's a deadly kind of hot. One of the deadly hot lows. Oh, Jesus Christ. Whoa. Oh God. Wow, is this supposed to happen? You can see I was kind of panicking, and I mean, I was really stirring and stirring and stirring and nothing happened, so I was getting very self-conscious about this. Hallo, I have a question. Wann wird es denn zu Sirup? Muss ich weiter rühren? Ja, okay. Thank you, bye. This takes for fucking ever, guys. I've been stirring for 20 hours. I think it's turning brown.
2 minutes later.
Guys, I think it's burning. Scheiße. Why do I always burn this type of stuff. That was really bad. I'm gonna do this again, but also I'm not very confident when it comes to doing this because I don't think I ever succeeded making syrup. We're gonna try a new attempt. I've looked up some butterscotch syrup recipes on the interwebs. I looked up this kind of foolproof recipe. For my new recipe, you're gonna need 60 grams of butter and 230 grams of brown sugar. Most recipes for butterscotch syrup actually use brown sugar and not white sugar. I'm just gonna try it with this one now because the white one didn't work on me. I don't think it had anything to do with the sugar, but keep stirring it and let the sugar melt. Don't put the heat on high, just like low to medium, and let it slowly melt until it kind of looks like this. And then you want to put 185 milliliters of cream in there slowly because this will bubble. I got everything under control. The cream is in there and now you just want to let it simmer for a couple more minutes, but make sure it's not too hot so it won't burn. After you've been letting it simmer for a couple of minutes, you can add some vanilla extract and a little bit of salt. Don't add too much salt because then it will be very salty. Let me try it. Oh! Oh, I put a lot of salt in it. It tastes like salted caramel, exactly like it. I went ahead and just put my butterscotch syrup in this bottle, but I can't even look at it. It's just so stupid. Whatever I'm doing here, it's just so stupid. I don't know. I was not okay. Also, I feel like my syrup is a bit too thick consistency wise. It really gives me caramel vibes. I don't know if I did the right thing, guys. Then you're gonna let it cool down for maybe like half an hour or something. I just went grocery shopping and then I came back. And then we can finally assemble our butterbeer. I'm gonna take this shot glass for measurements, and then I realized my butterscotch syrup is way too thick and this will not work, so I had to use the very common chopstick technique. Yeah, you can't really call this syrup anymore. This is straight up caramel. I probably cooked it for too long. So next you want to add this rum, about 45 milliliters, I think. I don't think the original recipe is with rum because Harry and his friends always drank this and they were like under 17. I'm not sure about this recipe, Vanessa. I feel like this had a great consistency for like a Starbucks drink, like when you do the caramel drizzle, but not for this. Then you're gonna fill it all up with some root beer. Just fill it up to the top. Top it all off with some whipped cream, and there you have your butterbeer. Yay! I look so bad. The kitchen is such a mess. Oh my god. It looks good. I'm gonna try it now. It's a bit strong. I think I'm gonna make a second one for Vincent with a little less rum. Here's your butterbeer.
That's nice.
I don't get it. What did I do wrong? There's a lot of rum in there. Is this what it's supposed to taste like?
The root beer is too rude.
So schmeckt Malzbier? Ugh. I don't know, man. I don't think it's supposed to taste like that. I mean, Vanessa said this is the best butterbeer recipe she ever tried,
Yeah,
so...
Vanessa also said something else that's wrong.
I'm gonna be so drunk afterwards.
Some cinnamon.
No, Vincent, you can't save this.
Cinnamon saves everything. It's gonna be great.
Ah! I'm kind of getting used to this one right now. But like, I wouldn't drink it like for free. I guess it just has to be the caramel. It was too caramelly and not butterscotch enough. Yeah, that was not my most successful recipe on this channel. But I also realized I don't like root beer. Let me know if you got any tips on how to do it better. I would gladly appreciate them, but I don't know if I will ever make this again. We're still on day number 2. I wanted to actually make some kind of breakfast together together with my butterbeer, but the butterbeer took me so much time during the day that this is kind of a dinner now. But we're gonna make the Tubby toast from the Teletubbies. I feel like everyone knows the Teletubbies. Actually, do they? Maybe it's just a 90s thing. I loved them back in time. I stand them to the gods, but now I really think it's creepy. But they had this amazing looking Tubby toast, which, let's be honest here, we all wanted to eat. I was so jealous of this. It looked so good. And I mean, now that I'm an adult, I can achieve my dreams and make this. I mean, obviously there's no right recipe for this. There's a lot of different recipes on the internet. You're gonna mix 145 grams of flour with 30 grams of ground almonds. Then you also wanna add 70 grams of powdered sugar on top and a little bit of salt. This is my little bit of salt, as you can see. This is my measurement. Mix it all together and you can put this to the side. And now we want to take care of the wet ingredients. 70 grams of butter, and just put it into a bowl and slowly kind of whisk it with your spatula. I mean, not whisk it, just like, you know, get it going, get it flowing, just swirl it around a little bit. You're gonna add 1 egg to this and mix it with the butter. I don't know how this is supposed to be done, but my egg literally did not want to mix with my butter. Like, it just separated right away. I didn't even have a chance to mix it together. What am I doing wrong? Ich glaube, mein Ei war zu viel. Scheiße. Oh Mann, nie klappt irgendwas, was ich mache. Ich hasse alles wirklich. Oh Mann. I drained a little bit of the egg because I thought maybe it was too much egg. I'm just gonna keep going with my fucked up butter mixture. I'm gonna add a little bit of vanilla extract. And now you can finally add all your flour dry ingredients into this. Let it all go through a sieve so it's like very, very fine and no clumps are in there, and then you can mix it together. Then you want to make sure you take a little bit of this dough for later because you want to make the eyes and the mouth of the toast. And for the rest of the dough, you can mix it with some cocoa powder, about 7 to 10 grams, depends on how chocolatey you want it, and just mix it all in. I mean, it's very dry because obviously we're making this type of dough. I don't know what it's called. Is it puff pastry? No, wait, that's something else. But sadly, I had to realize that it was a bit too dry when I tried to roll it out because it kept falling apart. Here you can see that I put it into a plastic bag and like flattened it out because that way it's gonna get cooler quicker when you put it in the fridge. I'm just doing what the recipe is telling me to. I'm placing it in the fridge for 30 minutes, and after that you can take it out and you can see that it has hardened. I really noticed that it was too dry. It's too bröselig. So I kind of improvised once again and I just took my butter and put that shit on there. I don't think that made it like a really good dough, but it kind of still saved it. I could work with it, you know? And now you just want to spread it a little bit and obviously make a round shape because the Tubby toast is round. Right here you can see the reference. I tried to make it look like this. I'm a Sagittarius. I can only say it again and again. I'm not good at doing this shit. Everything that has to do with decor or making things look pretty, can't do it. As you can see. Which one do you think looks better? Mine or this one? Now it's gonna go into the oven at 170 degrees Celsius for 15 minutes. And there you have your Tubby toast. I mean, technically it's probably more of a Tubby cookie. I don't think we should be that serious today. I think it looks good. But I'm still gonna try my Tubby toast, and I mean, let me just say it was nothing super special. But it was a nice cookie. I mean, a nice toast. It was fine. It was very dry, but also that kind of gave it a little something extra. This was not my best cooking day. You saw it, but I'm just hoping the next day is gonna be better. Day number 3 is gonna be a Krabby Patty day, because what would this video be without a fucking Krabby Patty? I'm just gonna straight up go for it, even though I do not have the secret ingredient. And yes, I'm gonna make the vegetarian version of it. Don't come for me. Obviously, the Krabby Patty is not with veggie meat. But I'm also not Spongebob, so I'm also gonna make it with these Beyond Meat patties, which in my opinion taste really similar to normal patties. So I'm gonna have my try. It's a secret ingredient. I watched the video from Binging with Babish, and he made the burger patties with MSG, which is monosodium glutamate. It's the essence of umami and supposedly just enhances the flavor of what you're putting it in. And there are a lot of different opinions on this. A lot of people say this is actually really not good for your body. Other people say you shouldn't mind it. It's fine. I don't know. I just wanted to try it out. It won't kill me if I try it out once. I mean, I have it now. Maybe I'm gonna put it on something else at some point. Maybe then I'm gonna die. I really don't know. I just wanted to give it a try. And then we're gonna pan fry the patties. We're gonna grill them. That's the Krabby Patty expert number 1.
It's me. I love sponge.
Yeah, we just want to watch Germany's Next Top Model, so he's gonna help me. Did you say you love sponge?
Sponge John.
Sponge John?
Yeah.
My name is Sponge John. Guys, I'm gonna use my cabbage washing machine. Look how good our burgers look already, guys. Yummylicious. It's burning everything because the oil is splattering everywhere. I need to prepare the buns. Why is this so stressful? I could never be SpongeBob.
Italy!
Italy! I bought these very authentic Krabby Patty burger buns. I normally love to eat brioche buns, but for this one you'll have to get these ones. I'm just putting them onto the toaster for some warmth and some spice or something. Actually, never mind. I have decided to put them into the oven. That's better. That's the real authentic way. Guys, this is such a mess here. There's oil everywhere. I'm gonna put some of the cheese on there now so it can like slightly melt. So now we can already assemble our Krabby Patty. But actually, during the season, SpongeBob does a different order on what to stack onto each other. But we're gonna make this one. I don't care. We're gonna make this one. So that one includes first the patty, then the cheese, then lettuce, then a huge ass tomato, some huge ass onions, and of course, do not forget the pickles. Mustard and ketchup on the top bun, or you can also put on the pickles, but it doesn't make sense. I'm also gonna spread it around a little bit, and there you have your Krabby Patty with some ketchup on the top bun. Oopsie. It's time for the moment you've been waiting for. Preparing the Krabby Patty. Does it look like the Krabby Patty to you?
Yes.
I mean, the patty is a bit small.
No, it looks great.
That's what you always say. I don't believe you at this point
it
anymore.
looks like a burger, like what it's supposed
But it needs to look like the Krabby Patty.
You need to put some food coloring into the bun, and then it works.
You can't even see the bun.
The bun.
Oh, the bun. Or that bun. Okay, I think we should eat now. I'm hungry.
That.
I always feel like I want a Krabby Patty.
Smells like a McDonald's burger. I found pasta.
Do you like what you're eating?
Why are you shouting at me? I mean, it's a good burger.
I think it's really good, actually. I mean, maybe because I'm super hungry. Maybe because I didn't make self-made burgers in a long time. I really like them. Especially because these are going straight to my thighs before I blow up.
It's good. It's like good. You know I can't be too excited about a burger. It's like a good burger. What do you want from me?
Check. Good one. Other one. Your face? Day number 4, we're gonna make a spaghetti tacos from iCarly. Do you still remember this? I hope you do. Because this is a recipe which did not let me go until this very day. It was originally invented by Spencer in the show just as a gag. And I mean, it kind of got a running gag. I mean, it sounds really good. How could it not be good, you know? I don't think you need an actual recipe for this, but you see what I'm doing. I cook my spaghetti. Maybe we should just sing the iCarly intro. But I can only sing it in German. Can you sing it? Kennt ihr?
Das auch.
Manchmal fehlt nur ein Mini-Hauch.
Dann werde ich
Then we're gonna make our sauce and our meatballs. These are my vegetarian meatballs. I actually never tried these before. I just hope these are gonna be good. And I'm just gonna, you know, pan fry them for a little bit in some oil. This is probably not even necessary. I just like when things are pan fried. Yeah, I was being lazy. I just used some pre-cooked tomato sauce. In iCarly, it's their secret sauce recipe. I guess this is mine. Barilla Tomatensauce. I need some water. Oh, that was apparently very hot. After I tamed the situation and everything came down, I'm gonna add some of these Italian herbs again, which I love very much in my tomato sauces. Garlic powder, because I do not have real garlic in there, so we're gonna put the powder in it. And I'm gonna grate some Parmesan in there. And I'm doing it with the world's smallest grater in the world. Put your spaghetti in there, mix it all together, and there you have your spaghetti taco spaghetti. Now all you have to do is put everything together, and that is actually already it. That is your spaghetti taco. It's very easy, and I did actually really enjoy it, but as I said, there is nothing there not to enjoy. It's just a bit of a difficult eating experience. I'm gonna give you a heads up. This is not the food for the first date. I mean, unless you don't care about this. I actually don't care about this, and I always feel like if you eat something like this on the first date and they still are interested in you, they're the one. But that was always my rule when I came back from going out, like really drunk, and then I just really did not care. I was like, oh, you think I'm pretty? With my kebab back then. Good times.
I don't get it. Do you get it? I get it.
Is that how you lick your fingers? Not like this? Cheers. Day number 5, and what would this video be without making the ratatouille from Ratatouille? Today we're gonna make the Ratatouille Confit Byaldi, and that's like the Ratatouille movie version. And I actually want to make it look like Remy's Ratatouille in the end, like this good. And I know it's gonna be much of a challenge for me, but let's go. First off, we got our big tomatoes. My tomatoes looked a bit sad. I don't know what happened to them. They kind of just popped. Shall not bother us because they still tasted good. You're gonna notch them on the top and on the bottom, because then you're gonna go ahead and blanch them for about 45 seconds so you can take off the skin. Put them into ice water after you blanch them so they stop cooking, and then you can just easily peel off all of the peel. Cut your tomatoes in very thin pieces because these are gonna go into our ratatouille, obviously. This is not easy. I really struggled with this, you can see that, but I mean, just try your best. Always try your best. Guys, guess what I bought? She's huge. I guess we can say out with the old, in with the new. Yeah, I already cut my finger on the mandolin. Safety gloves. They kind of just look like wool gloves. I'm gonna put them on. I also have this. We can get this started. Hey! I need to do like 2 millimeters. Oh, wow. Usually for this recipe, you use yellow zucchini or yellow squash. Unfortunately, it's very hard to get both of these things or neither of these things in Germany. I was looking for a substitute, and apparently I could technically also use butternut squash. I mean, yellow zucchini tastes exactly like green zucchini, so maybe I'm revolutionizing the recipe with this. Butternut squash, I mean, it looks kind of yellowish. I like it. People are gonna hate me for this. Oh, da brauche ich richtig Körperkraft für. Oh, Rapfuturistico! I'm not using my safety glove on my dangerous hand. I'm just using it on this. Guys, don't do this at home. Wow, pretty. Oh, that's gonna look so good in my ratatouille. Next, my guinea pig. In German, Aubergine. Actually, this is probably French. Aubergine? Scheiße. I fucked the aubergine up. I mean, yeah, some are okay. I'm still good. So here are my ingredients. My tomato really does not look very defined. And you can see right here, I put everything that was like fucked up, too small, too big. This is gonna be the sauce. To add into our sauce, we're also gonna cut some onion. I got some leftover onion from the day before, which I just used for this. And we're also gonna cut a pepper. I don't really care about the way I cut this. I also don't care about the white bits that are still on there because we're gonna blend it up anyway. We're also gonna cut a lot of garlic cloves. Put it all into the pan together with your scraps of vegetable you didn't use for your ratatouilles. Also add some olive oil on top, some salt and pepper, and then you just wanna let it cook for some time until it gets this very like mushy texture because we're gonna blend it up, so it needs to be very soft. So put it all into your blender and also put a little bit of rosemary in there because that's gonna be our main herb in there. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Salt and pepper because you know how it goes, and some olive oil so it gets a little more liquid, and then you can blend it all up and realize it won't blend up because it is too hard. I mean, not too hard, it's just no liquid in there at all, so I kind of, you know, improvised a little bit, gave it a little shaky shake, a little bit of a bartender kind of vibe, and it worked out well. This sauce looks good, it has a great consistency, and then you just want to spread it into your baking form, whatever you want to use for your ratatouille. Just spread a nice coat onto the bottom, and then you can already start putting your vegetables in. We just stacked a couple of them in our hand and then put it in. That way it's gonna be quicker. And our order was purple, yellow, red, green. Vincent helped me with this, so this kind of went real fast. I mean, obviously I also have like a very small form, so there's not much to stack. Also, my pieces are really big, so we also made a small little one with all the leftovers that didn't fit into the big one, and then we used all of it up and we had 2 ratatouilles. Woo! Then I sketched out the form of my baking dish on this parchment paper because I cut out the form which I'm gonna be putting on top. I used all of the leftover scraps of the parchment paper for this small little brother. Bake it for 90 minutes on 149 degrees Celsius. And while that's happening, maybe, you know, have a little snack, play with your cat, and then you can take it out. Guys, it's 90 minutes later and I just took it out. Let's hope it looks yummy. Looks really mushed together. I want to serve it now. So I don't have like a little round form. I made one out of aluminum foil and I hope this is gonna work out well. So obviously my ratatouille is a little bit big, like I have big slices. I literally don't even need it. It's too big. Who even needs it? Look, I can perfectly do it without it. And now you just want to draw a little circle around your ratatouille with the leftover sauce you got. And then you want to decorate the circle with a few parsley flakes. And yes, I forgot the little chive thing which Remy put on there. I'm very sorry. But here you go. This is my ratatouille a la Naomi, a la Remy, kind of. I tried. I think at this point it was like 11 p.m. and Vincent didn't eat anything for dinner because I was like, I'm gonna make ratatouille, don't eat anything. All the flavors are melting on my tongue. I mean, it's so soft.
I like it so much. Very good.
It is definitely delicious. Would I do it again? No.
Hopefully.
It's maybe a little too soft. I think it could have done like maybe 10 minutes less. You can basically drink it. Goodbye. Bonsoir.
Thank you, that was so good. Thank you, Ratatoulille.
Did you just call me Ratatouille? The slices were too big, not too thick. They just were too big in general. And it was cooked for too long. Even though I did exactly what the recipe told me to, I don't know. It obviously depends on your oven. Day number 6, and we're gonna make the beignets from Kiss the Frog. Beignets are a staple in New Orleans food culture, and they are these type of deep fried pastry, most times in like this rectangular kind of form, sprinkled with powdered sugar, and I think they look so good and I really want to try them. This is my breakfast for day number 6. But I was smart because I already prepared the dough 1 day in advance. I'm gonna tell you later why. For the dough, you need 3/4 cups of warm water, 1 package of yeast, and also add 50 grams of sugar. Now you have this sugar yeast mixture, which you're gonna have to put aside for like 10 to 15 minutes. Now you wanna prepare the dry ingredients, which are 450 grams of all-purpose flour, 1 tablespoon of salt. As you can see, my hand is my tablespoon. The dry ingredients are done. Let's get back to the yeast. You're gonna add 120 milliliters of milk. Also, it needs to be room temperature, and 2 tablespoons of vanilla extract. Also add 1 large egg and 50 grams of sugar again. Mix it all together, and now you can slowly start adding your flour. I started adding it through the sieve, but you will see later that I won't be able to do it anymore because I don't have 4 hands. And then you're gonna switch to the electric kneading machine, and you're gonna put all of the other flour in, but also a little bit at a time, not all at once. After you kind of mix it together, you're gonna add your also room temperature butter. Mix it all together again. This is very much of a hand job. And when I tell you my arm was aching, I really need one of those electrical kneading machines. But I think, guys, I actually made a good dough for once, because apparently this dough is perfect when it's like sticky, but not sticking to your finger. And I think that's exactly what I achieved there. I was surprised myself. Now you're gonna use a different bowl and just put some oil in there, grease it all up so you can put your dough in there. So you have 2 options. Either you let it rest for 2 hours in like a warm environment, or you let it rest in the fridge for about 24 hours. You can decide. As I made this dough 1 day in advance, I decided to let it rest in my fridge for 24 hours. And there we go. This is the next day. It's sunny. It's a beautiful day. I'm ready for my beignets. It's a day for my beignet. I think my dough was rising for about 20 hours at this point, and I was like, okay, now it's time, because I actually wanted to have these for breakfast, but obviously it was already sundown at this point. Make sure you preheat your oil to 360 degrees Fahrenheit, and then you want to prepare your beignet shape. And believe me when I say you need a lot of flour for this. You need more flour than you would think you do. And now you want to form it into this huge rectangle kind of thing. And then you want to cut it all in even pieces, which I did not do. Of course not. I don't know what got into me, but this is so embarrassing. Yeah, even pieces, what I said. And now, as you can see, I'm struggling very much to get the dough off of the surface because it wasn't enough flour. And then I put it into the oil, and I realized it's maybe a little bit too hot, because I think at like 380 degrees Fahrenheit, which is too hot. So I was like, oh my God, I fucked this up immediately. My first one is such a fail, but it wasn't actually. I just ripped that one open and it is done. It's really yummy. I think we're doing good. And then, my friends, I really got into this frying process. Normally, I'm very scared of frying. It doesn't really work well when I do it. But this time, it somehow really worked out. And I just really had a good day. Wow. Look at how thick and big they are. Look at that one. It's so big. I fucked that one up. Looks so good and yummy. I mean, this looks funny. Look at it. Looks like a butt. This is the biggest fun I've had while frying since I am alive. Who is the best?
days. I can fry your bad days. I can fry your problems, worries and pain. Pain away with my beignet. I'm finally good at frying beignets. That was my beignet song.
Then I'm just gonna dust a good amount of powdered sugar on it. In the movie, they actually also put some honey on it. I forgot it, I'm very sorry, but I think it's still fine. We're still gonna enjoy these beignets like no others. Look at how fluffy they are. Oh my god, I am so excited about these. And when I tell you, I really do not over-exaggerate. This is the best pastry I've ever eaten in my life. I mean, it definitely is the best pastry I've ever made myself, but I would also go as far as saying it's the best. I was so surprised by how good and airy and fluffy these were. I did not expect this from myself, which made it even better, and I think that was just the achievement I found in myself. And I also ate them the next day, but I realized these are not good the next day. They're only good fresh, so if you make them, make sure to eat them all at once. But I think I would definitely make this again, maybe to impress my mom and my grandma. I can recommend this recipe. This was amazing. It's still day number 6 and I wanted to have some nice dinner at 10 p.m. It's 1 a.m. right now and I'm really getting hungry again because it's late. So on day number 6 for dinner time, I'm gonna make RamDon, also called Chapaguri, which is from the movie Parasite. I don't know if it was a thing even before this movie, but it got really popular because of it. And it's basically just neoguri ramyun mixed with chapaguri ramyun. I've eaten chapaguri, but I've actually never tried neoguri because I always thought it's too spicy and too seafoody for me. So this is probably the easiest recipe I'm gonna make during this week. You're just gonna boil your noodles and you're just gonna prepare your instant ramen basically. Put the noodles out of both packages in there and boil them for about 5 minutes. And in the movie, they eat it with steak, but you can see that I'm not doing any meat stuff in this video. So I'm just gonna use these beautiful enoki mushrooms for my version. Tastes just like steak. After 5 minutes, just drain the water and I'm just gonna throw my enoki mushrooms in there because they don't need a long time to be cooked. And then I'm gonna add both spice packages from both noodles obviously, and then you're gonna mix it all together. And I mean, that is literally it. I'm also gonna boil it for like 3 more minutes on low heat because of my enoki mushrooms, but that is my dish. Of course, we're gonna garnish it a little bit because you can't eat chapaguri without kimchi. I'm also gonna garnish it with some spring onion and some sesame seeds. And there is my chapaguri, my version, kind of just without steak, but it's still the same. Yeah, it was very good, very nice, very good, very nice. The only thing, it was maybe a bit too spicy for me because the neoguri is very spicy, but the chapaguri kind of balanced the spice out. It was really, really, really good. Also with the enoki mushrooms, I made a great decision there. No steak needed. Very, very delicious. Try it. Guys, it is the last day of my 7 days week, and today we're gonna make Nacos from Kim Possible. Invented by Ron Stoppable, all credit to him. And it's basically just very cheesy, very saucy, meaty tacos in a nacho. Wait, no, nachos in a taco. And we're also gonna do this very fast foody version, which he has. First off, we're gonna start it by making a little guac. Everyone knows how to make guac. You see what I'm doing. Cutting my avocado. I mean, this is the most boring thing to voice over like ever because it's fucking guacamole. I'm not gonna make my guacamole with lime because I like it without lime. I love my guac the way it is. Please don't criticize my guac, okay? I'm also gonna put some oil in there so it's easier to mush. Mushing it with my fork and putting some salt and pepper in there just to my liking. You can also put some other spices and herbs in there to your liking. Here's my Beyond Mince because no meat in this video. Beyond Mince meat is still very, very good. All the Beyond Meat things. Is this an ad for Going Veggie? Very important, your taco seasoning. Yes, I put a lot of this in and I think it might have been even a bit too much because it was very overpowering, but it was still good, so don't worry about it. Also some more onion in there, but I'm gonna add that later so it's not like burnt before the meat is done, you know. And then we're gonna make our own cheese sauce. And I can tell you, I'm very trained and very professional at making my own cheese sauce by now. I think I made it in every freaking 7 Days Straight video. Just melt your butter, put some flour in there, make this butter flour mixture, and then you can add some milk. I didn't have enough milk for this. Originally, I just wanted to use milk. So I took some cream, and I mean cream, milk, kind of, you know, it just works together. It doesn't matter at this point. And then I'm gonna put a whole lot of cheddar cheese in there. I mean, you can put whatever cheese you want, but we're gonna make a cheddar cheese one. To give it a little bit of flavor, we're gonna put some paprika powder, some onion powder, some garlic powder, some salt and pepper, just, you know, to give it something, because without anything, it's actually really bland. And now we can actually already make our taco filling. Put your nachos into a bowl as much as you want, then you can top it off with your minced meat, then your guacamole, then your nacho cheese sauce, as much as you want. I don't put too much because I have kind of a nacho cheese trauma from my last video. Then some spoons of sour cream, and I also cut some lettuce and some tomatoes, because if you look closely, you can also see lettuce and tomato in his nachos. Lastly, a few spoons of salsa. This is all I had left. And then we can mix it all together and make it look really gross, but we all know this is gonna taste good, right? We all know it. Then I'm just gonna fill my wrap with my taco mixture so it becomes the naco. I mean, I knew this was gonna be yummy, but I was really surprised by how good this was. This was amazing. I don't know what exactly made me so fond of this, but this was so good. I really want to do this again. You could obviously just make a burrito out of it, or a wrap, or whatever. You don't have to eat it like I do. But I mean, where's the flair? Where's the spice? Ronstoppable, you're genius for doing this.
Vincent, stop what you're doing. You have to try this. Doesn't this look delicious?
No.
You're right. Hau rein, Bruder! Hau rein, Bruder!
And that concludes my video of eating TV show food or movie food for 7 days straight. It was a lot of fun. I always have so much fun filming these videos because I try recipes which I obviously would normally not try. I mean, obviously these videos are just really such a challenge because 7 days is not a joke. You really have to make a plan for every freaking day and go shopping for every day. Yeah, they're a lot of work, but I really enjoy them. I would make them every day if that would be possible. Yeah, maybe I should do like a Disney themed or Pixar themed or something else themed. There's so many possibilities, as I found out in this video, because there's so much more which was on my list and I couldn't even decide what to make. Or of course you can leave your suggestions down below if it's something completely different. I love trying everything. This video is so long. This is the end of this video. It is very late. As always, I need to go straight to bed. Don't forget to follow me on all of my social media, which is Naomijon on
Instagram,
Naomijon on
TikTok,
and the Naomijon on
Twitter. Oh yeah.
Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye and good night. I'm just gonna scooch right in here. Don't mind me scooching in here. Don't mind me.